Hi there, this is Åsa with another process video. This time I'm using a bunch of journaling cards from Teresa Collins. And I'm also using Teresa Collins those two sheets of papers with the bubbles and labels and the circles. A couple of things from each. The whole layout is centered around 6 journaling cards, and a couple of them had frames, or they could be cut into frames. So I decided to make frames and place photos in those frames. So I chose 3 photos of my daughter and I sitting in the sofa under a blanket, and the 2 of the photos actually looks pretty cozy and serious, and the third photo looks really silly. My daughter is making a silly face, but the whole series of photos together, I think they capture how life is at the moment. My daughter is 6 years old, and I think it's rather hard to be 6 years old. It's what I get the feeling. It's really hard to be 6 years old. Lots of things to think about and relate to. But she's a sweetheart, and I'm really proud to be able to be with her and guide her through this hard time of hers. So now I'm placing the frames on the photos so that I know how much I'll cut off. And then I use my paper trimmer to cut off the excess around the frames, and then I go back with the scissors and cut off some more where it sticks out from under the frame. It was kind of hard to eyeball where to make the actual cut, but it worked out fine, this method of mine. This Teresa Collins line is very clean, and it's very neat, and so this layout becomes also very clean and neat, but I make up for that with adding lots of different elements on this page. So despite it's a very clean page, it's also very busy and a lot of things going on, and I like that. The background for this page is a brown piece of cardstock or patterned paper without a pattern really, and it's from my stash. It's been there forever, and it was nice to use it up as a cardstock piece. I try to go through my pattern papers once in a while and see what I can use as a background, either to cover up with gesso or just use it as it is. So here I'm cutting out lots of speech bubbles and labels and tags and whatnot with words and phrases that I thought fitted with these photos of my daughter and I. And I'll skip most of the cutting because it took a lot of time. So here you can see that I've started placing the different elements, and I try to make them go off from the journaling cards and onto the background for grounding, and I think it's a method that works really well with these kind of layouts where you have many small items and nothing that really ties the photos onto the background. So I let the small elements do that for me, and then I glue everything down, and I think many of the sayings works perfectly with these kind of crazy photos, or at least one of them is really crazy, and many of the sayings has also words like today and noted, for real. So it it fits with pretty much anything. And here comes some still photos of the finished album page. And it's a bit special. I added a line of thin washi at the top and the bottom as a kind of frame for the whole thing. There's that silly photo of my daughter. So this was all for today. See you soon. Bye bye.